Let's fix your peeking and let's do it quickly, so stay with me. Okay, what does almost every good peek have in common? A good counterstrafe. Go right, stop going right, and tap left. Go left, stop going left, and tap right. That's it. No, you can't hold both keys to counterstrafe, it's slower and it's bad. Practice this in workshop maps by strafing left, counterstrafing, tap, and then do the same for the right side. If you can't confidently tell me that your counterstrafing is good, then this is the #1 thing you need to focus on to improve at CS2. Don't learn any new lineups, just focus on counterstrafing, it's that important. Now that you got counterstrafing down, you gotta make sure that you're actually using it. What I'm talking about here are real purposeful peaks. What a lot of CS2 gamers fall into is an awful habit of bounce back peaks. This is where you peek, but instead of counter-strafing, you bounce back in the opposite direction. This is incredibly common amongst players who play a lot of pre-fire maps and end up gamifying pre-fire with terrible peeks. I've seen this over and over and over again. You may be thinking, I don't do this, or that's just a jiggle, but I triple dog dare you to go watch a demo of yours and count how many times you're doing this bullshit non-committal scaredy cat peek when you should really just swing, counterstrafe, and shit on your opponent. Now this brings us on to the distance away from the angle that you're peeking. Whoever is closer to the angle, in general, is going to be at a disadvantage. This is because the player who is further away from the angle will see the player who is closer to the angle first, giving them more time to react. And this is exacerbated by speed. If you peek super slowly, very close to an angle, then your opponent will see you for ages before you can see them. So if you're swinging close to an angle, then it's typically much more in your advantage to be swinging fast. This also makes your relative speed on their screen quicker because you are closer to them. So this can be a great option, but should absolutely not be your default method of peeking. Do this when you have a hard read on where your opponent is, or you want to catch someone by surprise with a very quick peek, or you're entering in an explosive way. By default, you want to be far away from the angle to minimize the visual advantage for your opponent and to maximize it for yourself. Being further away from angles also lets you isolate fights much easier.